Let's take a look at three ethical decision criteria. The first is utilitarianism, which proposes making decisions to provide the greatest good for all. This view dominates business decision making and is consistent with goals such as efficiency, productivity, and high profits. Keep in mind that utilitarianism is not always an objective as it sounds. Another ethical criterion is to make decisions consistent with fundamental liberties, an emphasis on protecting the basic rights of individuals, such as the right to privacy, free speech, and due process. This criterion protects whistleblowers when they reveal an organization's unethical practices to the press or government agencies, using their right to free speech. A third criterion is to impose and enforce rules fairly and impartially to ensure justice or equitable distribution of benefits and costs. Decision makers, particularly in for-profit organizations, feel comfortable with utilitarianism. The best interests of the organizations and its stockholders can justify a lot of questionable actions, such as large layoffs. But many critics feel this perspective needs to change. Public concern about individual rights and social justice suggests managers should develop ethical standards based on non-utilitarian criteria. This presents a challenge because satisfying individual rights and social justice creates far more ambiguities than utilitarian effects on efficiency and profit. This is where corporate social responsibility comes into effect and makes a positive change. As we can see by looking at utilitarian ideals, organizations are not motivated to respond equitably when they're looking only at a balance sheet. Researchers are turning increasingly to behavioral ethics, which tells us that, while ethical standards exist collectively in societies and organizations, we do not always follow ethical standards promoted by our organizations. We sometimes violate our own standards, and our own ethical behavior varies widely from one situation to the next. How might we increase ethical decision making in organizations? Managers should encourage conversations about moral issues. They may serve as a reminder and increase ethical decision making. An environment that encourages open discussions and does not penalize people for coming forward is key to overcoming blind spots and increasing the ethicality of decision making. Behavioral ethics research stresses the importance of culture to ethical decision making.